All right, let's talk about lines and spaces. So, um, the music staff, it has 5 lines and 4 spaces, just like your hand. Pretty cool, huh? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Okay. Uh, and in the lines and spaces, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, spaces 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. Super simple, right? Okay. Well, now let's scroll over here. When you use the lines and spaces, we have a musical alphabet. Our musical alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts over. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So those are the only letters we're going to use in our lines and spaces. So first one we're going to look at is our treble clef. So in our treble clef here, we have our 5 lines and 4 spaces. All right, now treble clef, fun fact, is also called the G clef because right here, let me highlight this. It's always fun to highlight. Right here, after you finish making your treble clef, notice at the very end, it circles which line? It's the G line. So it's also sometimes referred to as the G clef. So on this clef, we have E, G, B, D, F for the lines. And then we have F, A, C, E for the spaces. Some people use there's a little chant, E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. F, A, C, E. It's as easy as can be. Other people like to say, every good boy does fine for the lines. And then this spells out face. So you put your face in the space. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Um, all right. Let's move on from there. So we have the treble clef. Let's scroll right here to the bass clef. So this is the bass clef. Yeah, bass clef. Now sometimes this one is referred to as the F clef because you have 2 dots, one here, on either side of this 4th line. And then the nose of the bass clef actually points out the F line. So sometimes this is called the F clef. Lines of the bass clef are G, B, D, F, A. And then the spaces are A, C, E, G. I don't know a rhyme for this one, but we have good boys do fine always, and then all cows eat grass. So that's a really good way to learn that. After you've learned the lines and spaces, then we look at the grand staff. So the grand staff is basically the treble clef and the bass clef put together. It's mainly for piano, but it serves a lot of our purposes in writing out chords and just general function of everything. I like to say that there is a line in between the treble clef and the bass clef that's imaginary. So we're going to draw a little imaginary line here. And that is middle C. Middle C. Because if you were to do ledger lines, then C is going to be on that middle line. When we go into ledger lines, there are other notes that you would come across. So let's look at this. We have E, G, B, D, F, and then F, A, C, E. Okay. Down here we have G, B, D, F, A, and then A, C, E, G. Now there are some notes that are not just the lines or the spaces. We have some that are just above or just below. So just below the treble clef staff, we have D. Just above the bass clef staff, we have B. And if we were to add a ledger line right here, that would be C. If we were to add a ledger line here, that would be C. So it's going to look slightly different with the ledger lines coming down and adding another line to the treble clef, or the ledger lines coming up and adding a line to the bass clef staff. Okay, so talking about ledger lines. All you're going to need to do is use the musical alphabet. It's like this. Down at the bottom we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So if we added 2 ledger lines, let's do this one and this one. Just above that line would be D. If we add a second one, that ledger line after D comes E. If we add another ledger line, what? We're getting crazy now. A, B, C, D, E, then F. If we add another ledger line, we have G. If we go right above that, then that's A. Oops, sorry about that. If we add one more ledger line, 1, 2, 3, 4, what comes after A? A, B, that would be B. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So same thing going down. Let's say we have a ledger line here. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Okay, ledger line here. Then we can add B underneath here. If we add a ledger line down, 2 of them, it would be A. It's right below that one. Then what comes before A? Well, it's G in the musical alphabet. And then if we had a third one, it's getting a little cramped. Before G is F. So now this is F. And then for F comes E. Ooh, it's so cramped. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth one would be D right there. So it's going 4 out. So let's go 4 out on the top of the treble clef and the bottom of the bass clef. So bottom of the bass clef, right below it we have F. So we're going to do line. Okay, right, F. Before F is E. And then right below that is D. Below that is C. And below that is B. 2, 3. Right below that is A. And right below that would be, is it for A? It's G. And then if we wanted to go a fourth, right before G is F. Okay, and then above the treble clef, this will be G. All right, so we had G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G. And there you go. Yeah, 4 ledger lines above and 4 ledger lines below.